All right, so we've got a project. One of my guys messaged me on Friday, the other day, said that the weed whacker stopped working, said that the pull cord was all jammed up. Well, it's jammed up. I have a feeling they seized up the engine just because anybody with employees knows they like breaking stuff, and I can't get the head to turn any more than a quarter of a turn. So either the clutch is locked up, broken, or maybe one of the springs failed, which is a possibility. It's happened before. But I have a feeling that the engine's bad. It is what it is. Luckily I grabbed my spare engine, also from a 230 that I've already robbed plenty of parts off of. Alright, so we're going to try and pull this recoil off, see what's going on right here. Hopefully something's broken in here, even though I doubt it. We'll just see what she's got going on. Worst comes to worst, I've got another recoil right there. Also, I don't have any of my tripods or camera stuff, so you guys are sitting in a pipe wrench on an angle, and that's where you're going to stay, because all of my stuff is at my shop, along with all of my good tools. Oh, man. I really need to get some tools for the house here. Right, there's one underneath. Screwdriver. Let's see if I have one of those here. It's not the prettiest. It's been a while since I took one of these things apart. I think I actually got to take that plastic cover off first. Oh, no, I don't. Well, it's not that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, do you hear that? Yeah. That doesn't sound good. Yeah, I can't turn that. This engine's toasted. Awesome. Well, that's a good time. Where do we go from here? Disconnect those. Let's see. Man, it's been a while since I took one of these things apart. So we're kind of just guessing at this point. I don't remember the proper sequence. I've rebuilt these things dozens of times. This weed whacker is 6 years old, I think. Something like that. I bought this. This is the one of the only ones I ever bought new. When I had 5 guys working for me, 5, 6 guys. There's only one weed whacker that's a little bit older, and that's mine. I bought that 9 years ago. 10 years ago, sorry. I bought that when I bought my house. So that one's been, actually that one's never had any issues. I redid the carb on it twice, and that's it. So I'm gonna have to steal the coil off of this one and the clutch. What else? I think that's all I'm gonna have to grab. Okay. That's the ground. That's the mag. Let's see here. No, there's those two and those two. I can't remember. Oh, you know what? Are there any coming through the backside? No. I know this can come out here this way because I've taken it apart before. Yeah, a lot of these are loose. Heck, the whole recoil was just shot. It wasn't even tight. Wow. The spark plug is finger tight. Let's see what's going on in there. I don't even feel like looking for the right thing for that. I don't think I've ever changed this spark plug. BPM 8Y. No, I definitely don't think I've ever changed it. No, it's an NGK. Nope. I don't buy NGKs. This one I've changed. That one's an aftermarket plug. This one's original. Oh, you know what? Feels like something broke in there. I see some. Let's see if you guys don't fall out of this. Oops. I doubt you can see it, but we'll try. There's some really shiny metal there where the coil meets the wheel. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's why this cover isn't coming off either. 'Cause there's the 2 bolts down here for the skid plate for the tank, the 2 on the sides here, and that's it. That's all that holds it on. So maybe something's jammed up in there. Maybe we're gonna need to get some parts. All right, so it was only the 4 bolts. You get the 4 bolts here, and this little tab had a little bit of crap stuck in here and it was jamming itself up. So what had happened was, the piece didn't fall out, but once you get it opened up, you've got the clutch assembly, got the wheel, got the coil pack. The spring, as it speeds up, this expands. I don't know if you can really see it that well, but it's gotten hot, really hot, to the point where there's multiple colors. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. There you go, yeah, you can see that. See how it's blue? Almost all of the clutch friction is gone. It's down to bare metal. It's like I said, this is an original unit that I bought brand new 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, whatever. And as you can see, it turns. It does what it needs to do. It's pretty worn out though. I can feel it. It's pretty worn. Its days are numbered. But what happened was, there's a spring here that holds these closed, and the little tab goes through this other hole on this side of the clutch. And what happened was, it broke, and the tab got into the coil, which caused that nasty scrape, and it got jammed up in there, so it couldn't turn anymore. So it may have screwed everything up. I got a little bit of a hard spot right there. Everywhere else is pretty good. So it may have screwed that up. Hopefully it didn't. So what I'm gonna do is, seeing as how all these are pretty much interchangeable for the 230s, and I think some of the other models are the same, I'm going to order a new clutch, a new spring, and see if it works. Because if it does, then this motor can go back into service. That's also pretty nasty in there, pretty crusty. Doesn't seem too bad, but it turns, it does what it needs to do. It's not broken or anything. So what we'll do is we'll order some parts. I'll get some service stuff for it, new fuel filter. Actually, I have that at the shop. I'll get the breather, because that's probably original, knowing me. We'll get an air filter, a fuel filter. Maybe we'll even buy a new spark plug for it. Boy, that'd be something, huh? It's not bad for its age, and I know it's got a lot of hours on it. So we'll see about getting this thing maybe rebuilt and thrown back into the mix. Well, parts finally came in. We got some new shoes, new spring. We can finally get this changed out. So once again, I have forgotten my stand for the GoPro at the shop. So I'll show you guys how I have this thing set up here in a minute. It's pretty ridiculous, but we'll get this all put back together in no time. I don't even think I have any sandpaper here, so I might have to run a file on the sides here where the spring piece got all gouged up. Wow, that's got nothing left of it. That sucks. Got to be careful when you're sticking the screwdriver into the casting on the sides here. I'll show you. You want to keep it towards the top, because otherwise you'll snap them off. I did that once. Wasn't a good time, because then I had to change the whole wheel assembly. See right here? What I'm doing is I'm sticking the screwdriver in here towards the base where it's stronger, because if you stick it back here, those fins will snap off. And it's not too hard for that to happen. It happens regularly, actually. And you don't want to fall victim to having to change all these pieces and parts if you don't have to. Oh, that's all nice and magnetized. Go. It's better. Yeah, that's. Alright, the magnet's not in bad shape. It's pretty clean. It doesn't have any big gouges on it, but this side here, as you can see, not so good. Let's get a file real quick. Actually, let me put that back in there so nothing gets in there. Unfortunately, I do not have the best tooling here at my house. I have just copies of all the tools that I have, so I'm kind of using limited materials. I'm just trying to knock down this high stuff because it's got big gouges in it, and I really don't want to have to take this whole thing apart again just because I didn't do this the first time. That's pretty good. Now usually what I do is I'll set the gap here for this at about 8 to 10 thousandths. This one's a little bit older, so it's probably a little bit out by now, but we'll see where it's at. Let's see here, 12, 8. We'll throw an 8 in there, see what we got, and then if we have to, we'll throw the 2 on top of it. We've got some, it just fits. That's not bad. Check this side. Just barely fits in there. So it's not bad. I'm okay with that. That should run fine. And this unit is very high hours. I bought this brand new a couple years ago, and we've been using it non-stop. So I know that this thing's got a lot of runtime on it. Boy, that's nice. Looks like it's actually a little bit bigger. Slightly different casting, not much. Hopefully that doesn't really affect it, but we will see. Usually what I do is I put the spring on it before I put it all together, because there's no way that you'll get it all together when it's assembled. Of course, I just put it together wrong. Beautiful. And you get it sitting in the grooves. There's 2 round grooves here, 1 on each side, so when you put it together, they should sit together like that. And it should line up, no problem. So, gonna get those on there first. Now, from what I was taught, I don't know if it's right or not. I don't know if you guys can see this here. This is the washer that goes on the top. It's convex. The round part, the round base, is supposed to face the actual clutch. That's how I was taught to do it. Do I know if it's right? Nope, because I don't have a book on it. So I'm just doing it the way that I've been doing it for X amount of years. Come on. Also, if you've got a high hour running machine, get an extra spring. They tend to break. I know that I've changed the springs on this one before, but I never changed the shoes on it. So if you are ordering another one, order an extra spring just in case. There we go. Then as it's running, these clutches, you can see, it works its way out and expands, and then it grabs the housing on the inside for the shaft and makes it do its thing. And that's it. That's basically how you replace it. Pretty easy. It's not that hard. Pretty much anybody can do it. All you gotta do is have some basic tools. Let's get this thing slammed back together and see if we can get this running. Alright, so we got it all changed out, got everything put back together. For those of you that don't really work on this stuff, it's not that hard. You got 4 cap screws for the pull cord assembly, plus 1 in the cover. You got 1 big one there, 1 on the side for the exhaust side. We got 2 more big ones for the tank cover. Got 1 here and 1 there for the aluminum case. You got the top screw for the top cover, and that's it. That's all you need to take this apart. This is the SRM 230. Now, when we originally brought it in here, the clutch was jammed up and it wouldn't let this spin. So now it spins. So now we're gonna see about getting this thing running. Gonna have to prime it a handful of times because it's been sitting for 2 or 3 weeks, but I think it should fire up. That's it. We're good. I use e-replacement parts. I thought I had one on here. For those of you that run Echo equipment, e-replacement parts has 90% of everything you need. Check it out. I'll see if I can figure out how to put a link in the description. And hopefully this helps you guys figure out how to diagnose and change a bad clutch and broken clutch spring. See you on the next one.